What's up guys, it's Axel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I get paid $20,000 a year just for going to school online as a veteran. And it's absolutely crazy that not enough people out there are taking advantage of this amazing benefit, because the majority of Americans now are going to school and generating thousands and thousands of dollars in debt just to get a degree. However, with this process, you can now go to school, work a full-time job, and get paid an immense amount of money to do it. And by the way, if this is our first time meeting, I served 6 years on active duty for the United States Air Force as a financial analyst, and now I work with a certified public accounting firm where I provide my financial expertise to the US government. Enough about me though, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did in this whole process was search for a school, right? So I was looking for a school that I could do while having a full-time job, which meant the school had to be online. Another factor is I didn't want the school to be so expensive to where I had to pull money out of savings and pull money out of investment, which led me to discovering Western Governors University. It is an all online school where you have 6-month long terms, and each term there are no deadlines. You just have to take and complete the minimum required amount of classes, which typically ends up being 3 classes. The cost per term is only $4,530, which leads to $9,060 per year. So once I found a school, I was like, all right, cool. I know I want to go to this school, but what GI Bill should I use? I know I had 2 options. I had the MGIB bill and I had the post 9/11 bill. And as we know with the MGIB bill, we have to pay $1,200 in order to be able to utilize it. And once we do that, we get sent to us directly $2,150 a month as long as we're going to school full time. Now, there's also a $600 buyout program, which now turns our $2,150 amount each month to $2,300. And then the other option is the post 9/11 bill. Now, to utilize 100% of the benefits of this bill, we have to have served on active duty for at least 36 months total. And with that, they'll pay 100% of tuition with an in-state school, or if you're going to an out-of-state school or a private school, they'll pay up to around $26,000 for tuition. And along with that, you also get a $1,000 yearly book stipend, as well as you get the E5 with dependent BEH rate dependent on the location of the school. So now I have to figure out how to determine which GI Bill is going to be best for me. And the best way to do that is by using the GI Bill comparison tool calculator, which I'm going to link in the description below. So now up on my screen is the website. I'm going to show you how easy it is to use it. The very first thing is obviously you're going to plug in the name of your school and hit search. Eventually, it's going to give you a couple of options. Make sure to go ahead and select the right one. And it's going to ask you for some of your military details, so make sure you go ahead and put, what's your military status? Obviously, I'm a veteran. What GI Bill benefit do you want to use? You have all the options here. The 2 ones we're going to be looking at is the post 9/11 and the Montgomery GI Bill. We're going to go ahead and start with the post 9/11. And it's going to ask how many cumulative months did you serve? Obviously, we want to use this when we have served the full amount. So 36 months, we'll select that. And it's going to ask, did you use your post 9/11 benefits for tuition, housing, or books for terms started before January 1st, 2018? Nope, because this is our first time using the post 9/11 bill. So we're going to select no. And then we're going to hit update benefits. The next thing we're going to do is school costs and calendar. Now, as we know from earlier in the video, the total cost for the school is $9,060 for the year, and the school calendar is non-traditional because there are 2 terms per year, and each term is 6 months long, and then we are enrolled full time. So we're going to hit update benefits. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, will you be taking any classes in person? Obviously, in my case, and for most of your cases, it's going to be no, right? We want to do this online. This is an online school, but I'm going to leave this as yes for now, and you'll see why in a second. And then it's going to ask, where will you take the majority of your classes? Obviously, it's going to be at the school. And then scholarships and other VA funding. Will you be using the Yellow Ribbon Recipient Program? Now, there's a link that says learn more. I'm going to put a link to the Yellow Ribbon program in the description. We're not going to be talking about that right now, but that's another way to receive some additional funding. So we're going to select no for that. And eligible for kicker bonus, we're going to select no. Scholarships, we'll leave that to 0 for right now. And then on the right here, we're going to see our estimated benefits summary. The GI Bill is going to pay $9,060 to the school. And as we can see, the tuition and fees charge is $9,060. So our out-of-pocket cost is $0. Now our housing allowance, which is the E5 with dependent rate, is $1,554 in terms of that zip code for that school's address. Now we're also getting our $1,000 a year book stipend. So in total, we are getting paid $19,648 just for going to school. However, as you can tell, I selected that we're going to the school in person. So when you go to the school in person using the post 9/11 bill, you get 100% of the BH stipend. However, when you're using the post 9/11 bill and you're not taking classes in person and you're going to school online, so now that I've changed this to no for taking any classes in person, I hit update benefits, my housing allowance got cut in half. So now they're still covering 100% of my tuition. However, I'm receiving half the amount each month for housing allowance, still the same book stipend, but now total pay to me is $11,446. Remember that number, that's how much I'm getting now for using the post 9/11. Let's take a look at what using the MGIB bill will give me. We're gonna click on that. And then of course, completing an enlistment of 3 or more years because we wanna use the full amount. So update benefits, school cost calendar, everything's saved. So we're keeping everything the same. Learning format and location, any classes in person, we're gonna leave that as no. And then scholarships and other funding, keep everything as no, keep that the same. And then now we can see the GI Bill pays to school $0, and then tuition and fees charge $9,060, which means out-of-pocket tuition is $9,060. And it obviously displays that way because the MGIB pays the money to you, so it gets deposited directly into your bank account. It doesn't get sent to the school, which means our housing allowance, or essentially the amount that we are getting paid, is the $2,122. I don't know why they display it as that on the website, but it's really $2,150. But one other thing to add as well is I highly recommend doing the buyout program where you pay $600 additional in order to get a higher amount for the MGIB. So we're gonna change that to yes. We pay the full amount, $600. We're gonna do update benefits. Again, I don't know why it doesn't say $2,300. That's how much I get paid each month, but we're gonna just leave it however it is, and it's gonna be $2,300 each month. So we can see down here, the total pay to us is $27,264. Now with that amount, remember we have to pay our school tuition. So we can go ahead and pull out a calculator and calculate that $27,264 minus $9,060, which means you're left over with $18,204 each year in order to do whatever you want with it. Now, the title of this video is how I make $20,000 a year going to school online. What with that amount that's left over, I add an additional $2,000 to it because with my employer, I get $2,000 a year in reimbursement just for going to school. Now, most of you watching this video are probably working a full-time job, so I highly recommend looking at your employer's benefits and seeing if there's some kind of reimbursement for going to school and taking classes. Do not leave this free money on the table. You served your time in the military. Now it is your time to take advantage of this opportunity and get this money that's going to drastically help your life. Anyways, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe and like the video. It helps out the channel tremendously, and comment down below if you have any questions. I'm going to be posting videos every week to help you guys out. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you all in the next one.